Our next film is called Next of Kin, with Patrick Swayze from Dirty Dancing playing a Chicago detective originally from Kentucky who is tracking the mobsters who have killed his brother. Here he confronts one of the mob guys.
Hey, Gates. Truly sorry about your brother. Too bad.
Oh, no, sir. He ain't seen bad yet, but it's coming.
Swayze wants to catch the killer legally, but back home in Kentucky, his friends and relatives want an eye for an eye.
I'll grant you we ain't perfect, but we are gonna find Gerald's killer.
Lie for a lie. Amen.
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 Eventually, Swayze's older brother comes to town to avenge the younger brother's death.
I want the man who killed my brother. Let's put our thinking caps on, boys. I don't have all night.
Now, this is a truly boring film, predictable as it builds toward its inevitable conclusion, a fight between the good old boys and the mobsters, a shootout in the cemetery with bows and arrows and guns. Patrick Swayze just marches through the darkly lit scenes, holding off the violence until the very end. No character, not one of them, is developed. Stereotypes abound. Next of Kin is a routine action film in every way.
Not routine in every way, Gene, because it has a few things that were completely ridiculous.
Oh.
For example, when they call Kentucky,
right,
you know, and they say, okay, the next of kin, you know, they're going to come up and rescue Patrick Swayze in Chicago.
Right.
So then you have this scene where all the women folk are making sandwiches and wrapping them up in wax paper, so they have a picnic hamper that they can take on their school bus full of snakes from the Kentucky hills up to Chicago, so that one of the bad guys could, of course, be caught in the school bus with the snakes, leading to the following questions. How did the hillbillies in the school bus from Kentucky bad guys in, since nobody else could have known that? And then how did the mobsters also know which cemetery? And how did everybody in the dark know which tombstone to go behind in order to find the guys they were looking for in order to shoot at the other guys? I mean, these are just a few of the... Another question, how could they have a 15-minute machine gun battle in a cemetery in the middle of Chicago without anybody calling the cops? I mean, I know I'm supposed to suspend my disbelief during these movies, but I'm just sitting there gasping during this film.
I was more stunned by the fact that it was just so dark.
Yeah.
The whole picture is shot dark, and that can be interesting, but that's if you care about who's in the dark.
Maybe you got one of these theaters where they don't turn the light up enough. Remember that leader of the projectionist union who told us once that most theaters have their lights set at 2/3 of the recommended wattage in order to save on the life of the bulb? Maybe if it had been turned up a little higher, you could have seen a little more, and maybe you would have liked the film better that way.
I think I probably would have liked it less based on your questions.
Well, then why are you complaining?
Okay, 2 more thumbs down for Next of Kin, the very foolish Patrick Swayze, good old boy action picture.